Ladies and gentlemen, close your eyes for a moment and imagine the twilight hours where your body is at rest and the veil between your conscious and unconscious mind begins to lift. In these moments just before sleep, we stand at the threshold of something vast, something profound. It is here, in the stillness of night, that we can whisper our desires to the universe. Everything begins with intention. This isn't just about thinking of what you want, it's about planting a seed deep within the fertile ground of your subconscious. You see, before we drift into sleep, the mind enters a state of heightened receptivity, where the boundaries of our waking world blur, and the inner landscape becomes open. This is the time to ask, to let your desires flow from your being and reach the cosmos. But asking is not demanding, it is offering your intention to a larger flow, one that's always listening. The universe is a mirror, and it reflects back whatever we project towards it. Too often we ask for things from a place of lack of wanting. But the universe doesn't respond to neediness, it responds to the energy we emit. To ask for something is to recognize that what you seek already exists in some form. The trick is to align yourself with it, to see it not as a far-off dream, but as something intimately within reach. And then there's the subtle art of letting go. True asking isn't clutching to your desires with white-knuckled force. No, it's about surrender. It's the realization that while you hold the vision, you must release your grip on how and when it arrives. The universe moves in ways we cannot predict, through currents we can neither see nor control. When you let go, you make space for those unseen forces to bring your desires into being. But how do you ask? Not with words alone. No, the language of the universe isn't spoken, it's felt. You must see it in your mind's eye, vivid and clear, but more than that, you must feel it in your heart as though it's already real. Picture your desire, but also embody it. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the peace of having it already. For this emotional alignment is what connects you to the greater web of existence. Gratitude, though, is the true multiplier of energy. Not just the gratitude we express after receiving something, but the gratitude we offer before. This signals to the universe that the thing you ask for has already begun to take form, that you trust in its unfolding. It is in this moment of quiet thanks that the energy shifts and your intentions begin to blossom in the unseen. To truly ask the universe is to align with the flow of life itself. There's a rhythm, a dance to existence, and when you tune into it, you realize that everything happens in its own divine timing. Patience becomes part of the process. Because while you may have a vision, the universe is arranging the stars in the background, setting the stage for your desires to manifest in the perfect way. There's also a quiet voice that often goes unheard, drowned out by the noise of our mind. It is the voice of your heart. It speaks not in thoughts, but in deep, unshakable knowing. Often when we ask from the mind, but the heart has its own longings. If we can tune into this quieter voice, we may find that the things we truly desire are far deeper, more aligned with the universe's grander plan for us. Lastly, and perhaps most important, is the role of faith. Even when the world shows no sign of your dreams taking shape, you must trust. Trust in the unseen, in the invisible forces that weave our reality together. The universe operates on a level beyond our immediate perception, and sometimes what you ask for is already on its way. Faith is the bridge between your dreams and the tangible world. So tonight, when you lay your head down, remember you are not just falling into sleep. You are stepping into a conversation with the universe. Ask with clarity, with feeling, with gratitude. Trust that your desires are already in motion. And then let go and allow the universe to work its magic. Everything begins with a thought, a spark of intention. It's like a stone dropped into the still waters of your mind, sending ripples outward that extend far beyond what the eye can see. This first impulse, this quiet desire, holds within it the potential to reshape your world. But the power of intention is not found in the mere act of wanting. It is deeper, more profound. It's about directing your inner energy toward a purpose with clarity and focus. When you set an intention, you are aligning yourself with the unseen forces that govern existence. You are signaling to the universe that this right here is the path you wish to walk. The universe, in turn, responds not as some distant, indifferent entity, but as an intricate web of energy that resonates with your innermost desires. Yet, intention is more than just asking. It's a deliberate act of shaping your inner world to reflect the outer one you seek. Before sleep, when the mind begins to soften, we are at our most open. Our conscious barriers fall away, and in that state, intention becomes even more potent. It's as if the universe leans in closer, listening more intently, ready to receive the seeds of your thoughts. To truly harness this power, one must go beyond idle wishing. An intention that is vague, uncertain, or half-hearted is like a whisper carried away by the wind. But an intention infused with clarity, purpose, and belief becomes a command that reverberates through the cosmos. It is the difference between hoping for something and knowing it will come to pass. When your intention is clear and unwavering, it sets in motion unseen forces that begin to shape reality in ways you cannot immediately comprehend. But here's the secret: the intention itself is not about getting something from the universe, it's about becoming aligned with what you seek. It is a shift in consciousness where you no longer feel separate from your desires, but instead see yourself as part of the greater whole where what you seek already exists. And in this alignment, the barriers between wanting and having begin to dissolve. As you lie down to rest, remember that your thoughts are not idle passengers in the night. They are the architects of tomorrow, the blueprints of your future. Ask with intention, knowing that this first act of creation is the most important step on the path to manifesting what you desire. The universe is not out there separate from you. It is within, and your intention is the key to unlocking its boundless potential. The universe is not some distant, indifferent force separate from us. It is, in truth, a mirror reflecting back to us the energy, thoughts, and emotions we project outward. What we see in the world is not merely the sum of external circumstances, but a reflection of our inner state. If you look out and see lack, conflict, or limitation, it is often because, on some level, you are carrying those energies within yourself. The universe simply echoes them back. This concept may seem abstract, but it's deeply practical. The mirror doesn't lie, and it doesn't judge. It just reflects. If you approach life with fear, doubt, or a sense of unworthiness, the world around you will mirror those feelings. Opportunities may seem scarce, relationships may feel strained, and life may appear full of obstacles. Yet when you shift your inner world, when you start to believe in abundance, harmony, and possibility, the reflection changes. What was once elusive begins to materialize. Doors you never noticed start to open. Understanding this relationship changes how we interact with our desires. When you ask the universe for something, it's not enough to simply make a request and wait for it to be granted. You must ensure that your inner world matches what you're asking for. If you desire love, for example, but carry around feelings of loneliness or unworthiness, you are asking the mirror to reflect something it cannot. You must first cultivate within yourself the very thing you wish to receive. Love yourself, nurture your own sense of worth, and the universe will mirror that love back to you in myriad ways. This reflective nature of the universe means that every thought and feeling carries weight. The vibrations you emit ripple out into the cosmic web, shaping the experiences and people drawn into your life. Positive intentions are mirrored with positive outcomes. Negativity, fear, and doubt are reflected in kind. The power lies in recognizing that you are not powerless in this process. You have the ability to shift your inner world and, in doing so, change the reflection. So when you ask the universe for what you want, ask with awareness. Look within and see whether you are projecting the energy that aligns with your desires. If you seek abundance, live with a mindset of abundance even before it shows up in your life. If you seek peace, cultivate inner calm, knowing that the universe cannot reflect tranquility where there is inner turmoil. The mirror will always reflect what it sees, And in that simple truth lies profound wisdom. By consciously aligning your inner state with what you desire, you step into harmony with the universe's natural flow. It becomes not a matter of asking and hoping, but of seeing yourself as part of an intricate, reflective dance. As you shift, the universe shifts. As you change, the world changes. You need only look at what the universe is showing you to understand the vibrations you're sending out. And with this knowledge, you can fine-tune your thoughts, emotions, and intentions, shaping the reflection into the life you truly want. There's a profound freedom that comes with the act of surrender. But it's not the kind of surrender that implies giving up or losing hope. It's something deeper, more nuanced, a release, a letting go of the need to control how and when things unfold. In a world where we are conditioned to believe that effort and struggle are the only paths to success, this idea of surrender may seem counterintuitive. Yet it is one of the most powerful forces at play when it comes to manifesting your desires. When we ask the universe for something, our natural inclination is to hold on tightly to that wish, to anxiously watch for signs of its arrival, to attempt to manipulate circumstances to bring it about. But this very act of clinging creates resistance. It's like planting a seed and then constantly digging it up to see if it sprouted. In our effort to control, we disrupt the natural flow of life, which already knows how to bring our desires to fruition. Surrender is about trust. It's about understanding that once you've set your intention and made your request, the universe is already in motion. The wheels have been set in place, even if you can't see them turning just yet. Your job is not to force or micromanage the process, but to step back and allow it to unfold in its own time, in its own way. There is an intelligence in the universe that far surpasses our limited perspective. What seems like a delay or an obstacle from our vantage point may, in fact, be part of a much larger, more perfect plan. The subtle art of surrender means releasing the need for immediate gratification or certainty. It is about being at peace with the present moment, even if the outcome you desire hasn't yet materialized. This doesn't mean abandoning your dreams or aspirations, but rather trusting that the universe is aligning things in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Often what we perceive as a detour is simply a recalibration, a shift that will ultimately lead us to something even greater than we originally imagined. To surrender is to acknowledge that you are not the sole architect of your reality. Yes, your intentions and actions matter, but there are greater forces at play. When you release the need to control every detail, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities, many of which you might not have considered. You make room for the universe to surprise you, to bring you what you need in ways that are more magical, more unexpected than you could have planned for yourself. Surrender also requires patience. In our fast-paced world, we are often conditioned to expect instant results, but the universe operates on its own timetable. It knows the right moment for things to manifest, and it is always working for your highest good, even if it doesn't always appear that way. By surrendering, you demonstrate faith that your desires are heard, faith that they are being tended to, and faith that they will come to you when the time is right. Perhaps most importantly, surrender is about finding peace in the process rather than only in the outcome. It's about understanding that the journey itself holds value, that every step along the way teaches you something essential. When you surrender, you stop waiting for your happiness to be contingent on a future event. Instead, you embrace the present moment, knowing that what is meant for you will come, and that you are exactly where you need to be right now. In this space of surrender, the tension eases, the grasping stops, and what you once thought you had to chase begins to come to you effortlessly, as if drawn by an invisible force. The universe is not withholding anything from you, it's simply asking you to relax, to trust, and to let go. In the act of surrender, you create the space for your desires to manifest in their fullest, most beautiful form. When you ask the universe for something, it is not enough to merely speak the words or think the thoughts. There is a deeper, more powerful way to communicate your desires through visualization and feeling. These two forces, when combined, create a magnetic pull that draws your desires into reality. Visualization is the act of seeing your desired outcome in your mind's eye, while feeling is about immersing yourself emotionally in the experience as though it has already happened. Visualization is a bridge between your current reality and the future you want to create. The mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real. It responds to both in the same way. This is why athletes, performers, and innovators use visualization techniques to prepare for success. By mentally rehearsing their victories, they program their minds to expect and manifest those outcomes. The same principle applies when asking the universe for your desires. But it's not just about seeing what you want. You must step into the vision fully with all your senses. Imagine the details as vividly as possible. If you're asking for abundance, don't just picture a vague idea of wealth, visualize the specifics. See yourself living in the home you dream of, feel the comfort of financial security, and imagine the joy and freedom it brings. What does it look like? How does it feel? What are the sights, sounds, and sensations that accompany this reality? Yet, even more crucial than the image itself is the feeling that accompanies it. Visualization on its own is a powerful tool, but it is the emotional energy that truly propels your desires forward. The universe responds to vibration, and the most powerful vibrations are those rooted in emotion. When you feel as if your desire is already fulfilled, you create an energetic resonance that aligns you with what you want. This is not just imagining what you wish for, but experiencing it emotionally as though it has already come to pass. Feel the excitement, the joy, the relief, or the peace that your desire would bring you. Let those emotions wash over you as if you are already living that reality. It's in this state of feeling that the universe begins to recognize the frequency you are emitting and responds by aligning circumstances to match that vibration. You aren't just asking for something, you're becoming a living, breathing embodiment of what you want to attract. The challenge, of course, lies in moving beyond the intellect and truly tapping into your emotions. The mind might tell you that your desires are far away or difficult to achieve, but the heart knows a different truth. When you allow yourself to feel the outcome as though it's already here, you transcend the doubts and limitations of the logical mind. You enter into a state of knowing rather than hoping. This is why the act of visualization and feeling is so transformative. It isn't about pretending or daydreaming, it's about aligning yourself energetically with the reality you seek. You're not asking for something outside of yourself, you're stepping into the experience of it now. And as you do, you shift your vibration to match that which you desire. The key is consistency. Visualization and feeling aren't one-time exercises. They are practices to be repeated, moments where you allow yourself to bask in the reality you're creating. Each time you engage in this process, you strengthen the connection between your inner world and the universe's infinite potential. Over time, the boundary between what you visualize and what you experience begins to blur, and the life you once imagined starts to take shape around you. By combining visualization with deep, authentic feeling, you are not only sending a clear message to the universe, but also training your mind and heart to expect the fulfillment of your desires. You are reprogramming your inner landscape, which in turn influences the outer world to reflect your intentions. In this state of alignment, the universe has no choice but to respond, for it is your energy that shapes the reality around you. Gratitude is one of the most potent forces in the universe, a universal language that resonates deeply within the fabric of existence. When we express gratitude, we acknowledge the gifts we have received, both big and small, and in doing so, we open the channels through which more abundance can flow into our lives. It is not merely a reaction to receiving something, it is an active practice that invites more of what we desire into our reality. At its core, gratitude shifts our focus from what is lacking in our lives to what we already have. This shift in perspective is crucial because the universe responds to our energy and vibration. When we dwell in a mindset of lack or dissatisfaction, we inadvertently attract more of the same. However, when we cultivate an attitude of gratitude, we align ourselves with the frequency of abundance. We start to see the world through a lens of appreciation, recognizing that even in challenging times, there are lessons and blessings to be found. Expressing gratitude before sleep, in particular, creates a powerful ritual that enhances the process of manifestation. As you prepare to drift into the realm of dreams, take a moment to reflect on the day's experiences. What went well? What moments brought you joy? By consciously acknowledging these positive aspects, you send a clear message to the universe that you are open to receiving more of the same. This act of appreciation creates a vibrational resonance that attracts further blessings into your life. Moreover, gratitude fosters a sense of connection with the universe. When you express thanks for the abundance that surrounds you, you recognize that you are part of a larger whole, a web of energy that is constantly in flux. This awareness deepens your relationship with the universe, allowing you to feel less isolated and more supported. It reminds you that you are not just a passive observer in your life, but an active participant in the co-creation of your reality. Gratitude also enhances the emotional energy that accompanies your desires. When you express thanks for something you wish to manifest, you cultivate a feeling of having it already. This emotional alignment is crucial for attracting what you want, as the universe responds to the vibrations of your feelings. When you express gratitude in advance, you signal to the universe that you trust in its ability to provide. This trust creates a magnetic pull that draws your desires closer. The practice of gratitude is not just about acknowledgement, it is about feeling. To fully harness its power, you must immerse yourself in the experience of gratitude. Visualize what you are thankful for and allow those feelings to wash over you. Whether it's the warmth of the sun on your skin, the support of loved ones, or the opportunities that life presents, feel the joy and appreciation in every fiber of your being. This depth of feeling amplifies your energetic signature, making it even more potent. Another crucial aspect of gratitude is its ability to shift your energy in the face of challenges. Life is not always smooth sailing. There will be moments of struggle and uncertainty. However, by consciously practicing gratitude, even in these times, you can change the narrative. Instead of seeing obstacles as setbacks, you can view them as opportunities for growth and learning. This shift not only elevates your mood, but also empowers you to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. As you cultivate a practice of gratitude, you'll find that it becomes easier to recognize and appreciate the abundance that exists all around you. The more you focus on what you are thankful for, the more you begin to notice the small miracles and blessings that occur daily. This awareness creates a positive feedback loop. Gratefulness breeds more gratitude, and the universe responds accordingly. In conclusion, the role of gratitude in manifesting your desires cannot be overstated. It is a practice that transforms your perspective, enhances your emotional energy, and deepens your connection with the universe. By expressing thanks for what you have and what you wish to receive, you create a powerful alignment that attracts abundance into your life. Gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling, it is a way of being that opens the door to endless possibilities and reminds you of the beauty of the journey. To understand the concept of alignment with the universal flow, we must first recognize that the universe operates on intricate patterns and rhythms, much like a symphony. Each element, each being is part of this grand orchestration, contributing to the harmonious balance of existence. When we speak of alignment, we refer to the process of syncing our own energies and intentions with the natural order of the universe. This alignment allows us to move fluidly through life, experiencing less resistance and more ease. When we are in alignment with the universal flow, we find ourselves navigating life with a sense of grace and purpose. Decisions become clearer, opportunities present themselves effortlessly, and we often experience a heightened intuition guiding us along our path. This state of being arises from an understanding that we are not separate from the universe, but rather an integral part of it. The challenges arise when we resist this flow, attempting to swim upstream against the current of life. Resistance often stems from fear, doubt, or the desire to control outcomes. We may cling to rigid plans or expectations, believing we know the best path forward. However, this mindset can lead to frustration, stagnation, and feelings of being overwhelmed. To align with the universal flow, we must learn to trust in the process and surrender to the unfolding of life. This doesn't mean abandoning our goals or desires. It means being open to the possibility that the universe may have something greater in store for us than we can currently envision. One of the keys to aligning with the universal flow is cultivating mindfulness. By being present in each moment, we become attuned to the subtle cues and signs that the universe provides. These might come in the form of synchronicities, those seemingly coincidental events that guide us toward our desires, or through an inner knowing that directs us toward opportunities aligned with our purpose. Mindfulness allows us to recognize these moments of connection and respond to them, rather than allowing our fears or distractions to lead us astray. Another important aspect of this alignment is maintaining a sense of flexibility. The universe is constantly changing, and life is an ever-evolving journey. When we hold on to our plans too tightly, we risk missing the beauty of spontaneity and the unexpected gifts that come from embracing change. By remaining open to the flow of life, we allow ourselves to adapt, learn, and grow in ways that we might not have anticipated. This flexibility fosters resilience, helping us navigate challenges with grace and poise. To align with the universal flow, we must also nurture our inner state. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs shape our reality, and when we cultivate a positive, expansive mindset, we create an energetic signature that resonates with the universe. Practices such as meditation, visualization, and gratitude can help us maintain this alignment, clearing away the noise of limiting beliefs and inviting in the energy of abundance and possibility. The more we align our inner state with our intentions, the more we begin to see the world reflect those desires back to us. Moreover, trusting the process of life is a fundamental aspect of this alignment. There will be times when the path forward is unclear, and it may feel as though the universe is testing our resolve. During these moments, it is essential to remind ourselves that the universe is always conspiring in our favor, even if we cannot yet see the outcome. By practicing patience and faith, we reinforce our alignment with the universal flow, allowing life to unfold naturally and beautifully. The journey of alignment is not a destination, but a continuous process of tuning in and adjusting our energies. As we become more aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can identify when we are out of sync with the universal flow and take steps to recalibrate. This might involve shifting our perspective, releasing attachments, or simply taking a moment to breathe and reconnect with our intentions. In conclusion, aligning with the universal flow is a dance of trust, flexibility, and mindfulness. It requires us to let go of the illusion of control and embrace the beauty of the unknown. When we align ourselves with the rhythms of the universe, we create a life that is not only more harmonious, but also filled with opportunities for growth, connection, and joy. By surrendering to this flow, we allow the universe to guide us toward our highest potential, revealing the extraordinary possibilities that await us on this wondrous journey. Within each of us lies a quiet voice, a whisper that often goes unheard amidst the clamor of everyday life. This voice is the voice of the heart, a deep, intuitive knowing that transcends the rational mind. It speaks in feelings and sensations rather than in words, guiding us toward our true desires and authentic paths. Learning to listen to this voice is essential for anyone seeking to align with their deeper purpose and manifest their dreams. In our fast-paced, achievement-oriented society, we often prioritize logic and intellect over intuition and feeling. We are taught to analyze situations, to weigh pros and cons, and to seek validation from external sources. While these methods have their place, they can also drown out the subtler signals of our hearts. When we ignore this quiet voice, we risk losing touch with our innermost desires, often leading us down paths that don't resonate with who we truly are. Listening to the voice of the heart requires stillness and presence. It is in the quiet moments when we take time to breathe, reflect, and connect with ourselves that we can hear this gentle guidance. Meditation, journaling, and time spent in nature can create the space needed to tune into this inner wisdom. As we cultivate a practice of stillness, we begin to differentiate between the loud, often chaotic chatter of the mind and the soft, steady whisper of the heart. The heart speaks in feelings. It does not provide a detailed roadmap or a list of instructions. Instead, it offers sensations and emotions that guide us. When you contemplate a decision or a desire, Pay attention to how your body responds. Do you feel a sense of lightness, excitement, or peace? Or does your chest tighten, your stomach churn, or a wave of unease wash over you? These physical responses are the heart's way of communicating its wisdom. The more we practice tuning into these sensations, the clearer the guidance becomes. Trusting the voice of the heart often requires a leap of faith. Our hearts may lead us toward paths that seem unconventional or frightening, urging us to take risks that the mind deems unsafe. Yet, it is essential to remember that true fulfillment often lies beyond the edges of our comfort zones. When we heed the heart's call, we align with our authentic selves and open the door to opportunities that resonate with our deeper purpose. The quiet voice of the heart is also a source of compassion and understanding. It encourages us to approach ourselves and others with kindness, urging us to recognize that we are all navigating our unique journeys. This perspective fosters connection and empathy, allowing us to honor the experiences of those around us while remaining true to our own paths. The heart reminds us that we are not isolated beings, we are part of a larger tapestry of life, interconnected and interdependent. Moreover, when we listen to the heart, we cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness. The heart often knows what we truly desire, beyond societal expectations and conditioning. It guides us toward passions, relationships, and pursuits that resonate with our authentic selves. This self-awareness is a powerful tool for manifestation, as it enables us to ask for what we genuinely want rather than what we think we should want. By aligning our intentions with the voice of the heart, we create a magnetic pull that draws our desires closer. However, tuning into the heart's voice does not mean dismissing rational thought altogether. Rather, it invites us to strike a balance between the two. The heart and mind can work in harmony, where intuition informs our decisions while logic helps us navigate practicalities. This integration allows us to make choices that honor both our deeper knowing and the realities of our circumstances. In conclusion, the quiet voice of the heart is a profound source of wisdom that can guide us toward our true desires and authentic paths. By creating the space to listen, cultivating stillness, and tuning into the sensations that arise, we can align with this inner guidance. Trusting this voice requires courage, but it opens the door to a life that is rich with purpose, connection, and fulfillment. As we learn to honor the heart's whispers, we embark on a journey that reflects our truest selves, illuminating the path to our dreams and desires. Faith in the unseen is one of the most profound acts of trust we can engage in as we navigate the mysteries of life. It invites us to embrace the idea that there is a greater force at work beyond what we can perceive with our physical senses. This faith is not a passive resignation to fate, but an active acknowledgement of the invisible threads that connect us to the universe and to each other. It is the belief that our desires, dreams, and aspirations are being supported by forces beyond our comprehension, even when we cannot see the evidence in our immediate reality. In a world often dominated by materialism and tangible outcomes, it is easy to fall into the trap of seeking only that which can be measured and quantified. We are conditioned to trust only what we can see, touch, and feel. Yet many of life's most significant moments, those that truly shape our journeys, arise from the unseen. Love, inspiration, intuition, and creativity all exist in a realm beyond the physical. And it is in these spaces that faith becomes essential. Having faith in the unseen requires us to cultivate a sense of inner knowing, a belief that what we seek is already on its way to us, even if we cannot yet see it. This belief transforms our relationship with time and outcome. Rather than fixating on the immediate results of our efforts, we learn to trust the timing of the universe. We understand that there are processes at play that we may not fully grasp, and that sometimes the most significant growth occurs in the moments of waiting, uncertainty, and ambiguity. Faith also invites us to embrace the unknown. Life is inherently unpredictable, and the future is filled with infinite possibilities. When we trust in the unseen, we let go of the need to control every aspect of our journey. We open ourselves to the surprises and gifts that life has to offer, recognizing that what may initially appear as a setback could actually be a redirection towards something greater. This shift in perspective allows us to navigate challenges with grace, understanding that they are often part of a larger design. Moreover, faith in the unseen nurtures resilience. When faced with difficulties, maintaining faith can provide the strength needed to persevere. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles and that there is a greater purpose unfolding. This sense of connection to the universe can be a source of comfort, reassuring us that even in the darkest moments, there is a light guiding us forward. By holding on to this faith, we cultivate a sense of hope that transcends our immediate circumstances. Practicing faith in the unseen also encourages us to listen to our intuition. The heart often knows what the mind cannot comprehend, guiding us toward choices and paths that may not seem logical but feel profoundly right. When we trust this inner guidance, we align ourselves with our true desires and the essence of who we are. This alignment enhances our ability to manifest our dreams as we begin to act from a place of authenticity rather than fear or doubt. In addition, faith in the unseen fosters a deep sense of gratitude. When we recognize that many of our blessings have emerged from the invisible realms of life, we become more appreciative of the moments of joy, connection, and inspiration that come our way. Gratitude amplifies our faith, creating a positive feedback loop that draws even more blessings into our lives. The more we acknowledge the unseen gifts we receive, the more we open ourselves to the abundance that surrounds us. Ultimately, faith in the unseen is an invitation to embrace the journey of life with an open heart and mind. It encourages us to trust in the unfolding of our paths, to believe in the power of our dreams, and to remain open to the magic that lies beyond the surface. In doing so, we align ourselves with the universal flow, where possibilities abound and our deepest desires are waiting to be realized. By nurturing this faith, we step into a world rich with potential, where the unseen becomes a canvas upon which we paint the reality of our dreams. In conclusion, the journey of learning how to ask the universe for what we desire is a profound and transformative process that invites us to delve deeply into the essence of our being. It begins with the power of intention, where our desires are set into motion through clear and heartfelt requests. As we recognize the universe as a mirror, we understand that our inner state shapes our external reality, urging us to cultivate positivity and alignment within ourselves. The subtle art of surrender teaches us to release our grip on outcomes, trusting in the natural unfolding of life. By visualizing our desires and immersing ourselves in the emotions associated with them, we create a powerful, energetic resonance that attracts what we seek. Gratitude becomes a key ally, shifting our focus from lack to abundance and allowing us to recognize the blessings already present in our lives. As we align ourselves with the universal flow, we embrace a harmonious relationship with the world around us, moving gracefully through life's twists and turns. We learn to listen to the quiet voice of the heart, trusting its gentle guidance as it leads us toward our authentic path. Finally, faith in the unseen invites us to believe in the greater forces at work, nurturing our resilience and hope even in moments of uncertainty. Together, these principles form a holistic approach to manifesting our desires, encouraging us to cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves and the universe. By embodying these teachings, we empower ourselves to create lives that resonate with our true essence, filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. As we move forward, let us remember that we are co-creators of our reality, and with intention, trust, and an open heart, we can manifest the extraordinary life we envision. The universe is listening. Are you ready to ask?